The only reason why it votes for it, it counts for the Democrats because they rely on our votes to win. Because a lot of people that they benefit, they don't do they do things for, but these people can't vote, right? So they rely on black people to vote them in office because we can vote and we're the only minority they so-called help, but we can vote. So they rely on our vote. The Republicans don't care if black people vote for them or not because they rely on white America to vote for them, right? Only the Democrats really rely on us. So that's the only time it counts is to help the Democrats.
Okay.
I mean, we do need to vote third party, but I think we need to pick our own candidates that we decide we're gonna vote for. That's gonna get in there and do something for us. Like I don't really think that we should jump on
Niggas for
people.
Trump saying it's an actual hat. It says niggas for Trump. That is
Yes, right,
What?
right. But
They say
I
niggas
think
with what?
niggas for Trump.
Oh yeah, yeah, yeah.
I think that
Look
I
at he
the
talking
only
about
reason
niggas
why I
Trump head
vote
too.
is because like that's what I felt like one of the benefits our ancestors died for us to be able to vote. Maybe not necessarily civil rights movement, but they was specifically advocating for us to be able to vote in the local elections and in elections and stuff. So that's the only reason why I just like make sure I vote because that's what they were really fighting for us to be able to do. But does it count? Do we get anything out of it? But it's one of the benefits that our ancestors were fighting for. So I do try to take advantage of that because that's what they were dying for. And that's where, when we were showing up getting lynched because we voted, we attempted to vote, they were lynching us as a result of that. So I try to vote. I mean, if people say they don't vote, I wish black people would vote even if they voted for they all you have to do is vote for the candidate who is um vote for the candidate who has an agenda that matches what you believe in. See, a lot of times when they tell black people to vote, they mean go vote for the Democrats. And black people have said, I'm
You
not voting
don't
for the
vote for me, you
Democrats.
ain't black.
Mm-hmm.
What?
I voted for Trump twice.
Biden said that. That is crazy.
I
What you
voted
say?
for Trump.
Joe Biden, when he was talking to us on the Breakfast Club, this
Yeah.
nigga legit said, if you don't vote for me, you ain't black.
And he's
That
a
is crazy. Not
Yeah,
black,
but he
crazy.
said that because he thought that he was gonna be like he was gonna get like admiration from the black community from saying that. But that's just his racism slipping out. His prejudice slipping out. But like, so yeah, like the Democrats been playing in our face for a long time. Biden was
Yeah.
just the icing on the top, icing on the
Uh,
cake.
they meet our demands when we force them to. Another point I wanted to put out there, just to kind of add to what I said earlier. Remember on January 6th, Trump led his MAGA mob to overthrow the electoral college, not the popular vote. Just to kind of double down on that point. Y'all remember that when he led them people to the nation capital, on January 6th, that was to block the electoral college count, not the popular vote, proving that our vote is just pretty much an emotional poll on the
Yeah,
national level. Thanks to Ali for not the local, not the city, county, state, but on the national level, it's an emotional poll. It-
Let me ask y'all this. This is basically in that same realm. Do y'all think if an IQ test should be done before motherfuckers are able to vote?
That's good.
how will white America vote? No, I'm just playing.
A
I don't think so. I think
lot of
if
niggas would be able to
done
vote either. Let's be real.
That's a great question. That's bro. I'm telling you, as somebody who keep up with that stuff, I know 80% of the people going there, and that's why they give us the
They
cheat
vote off
sheets.
emotions, bro. They don't vote off the fucking
Right.
actual
And,
logic.
and if it's a case where they just don't know, that's why they give us the cheat sheets before we go vote. And while I got the opportunity to say this, election day should be a national holiday, a paid day off of work, because you're asking people to go vote right after they get off work, or to not go to work so they can vote. So at some point, they need to make election day a national holiday.
I don't think an IQ test. I think a psychological test. And I think they should take all of that data and information and put it into some type of system and set it in certain categories. But I definitely think a psychological evaluation should be performed prior to people being able to vote. So you can determine, like, you know what I mean, where they are, their perspective. Because they do it to you at certain jobs. They'll give you a psychological test. They'll ask you about your religion. What do you feel about this? What would you do in this situation? They do it all the time to determine if they're going to hire you or not. I don't know if y'all ever experienced that, but I have.
Um, Shout out to the Battle Zone 1480. He says, "Is that right there? Which should have been a red flag. That should have been a red flag for everybody who looked like us." I'm guessing you were referring to the Joe Biden statement. If so, let me know in the comments.
Well, I think is see, I think just like I just compare it to church and Christianity. I think a lot of black people associate voting with voting for the Democrats or voting for, like, I don't even really hear black people talk about voting for other candidates. Like for example, like a lot of us could have voted for Cornel West. Like we all black people could have voted for Cornel West, but we're on this accounting of this little debate with white people, like which one of their leaders are going to follow the country. They don't really even argue that they're going to do anything for black people. That's why when they was talking stuff about Trump said that he was going to do something for black people, and black people on the Democrat side got mad that there were black Republicans, or got mad at black people who were supporting Trump because because when he Trump said that he was going to do something for black people, and they were like, and they were mad.
They
But the
got
thing
mad at
about
Ice
it is,
Cube for that shit.
right? But the thing about it is, that's far more than any Democrat or person say. They don't even act like they're gonna do anything for black people. They don't say they're gonna do
And
anything
they,
for black
actually,
people.
they actually came out and said they're not going to.
Yeah, Kamala said she don't intend on doing nothing for black
Obama said it
people.
too.
So like, why would we vote for them? But we so you gotta vote for the Democrats. It's because, and then people from other races, they try to encourage black people to vote for Democrats because because the Democrats have put in fear that we're gonna go right back to slavery if we don't vote for them.
Yes, yes.
Like that's the emotion that they play on black people instead of giving us some policy that would encourage us to vote for them. They rather they're going to take away all your rights. They're going to take away your reproductive rights. They're going to take away, they're going to spread ice throughout the country. You know, they're going to use these tactics to try to get us to vote for them through emotion when they don't plan on doing nothing. I mean, I see why, like, for example, like transgenders and like gay people. I see why they would fight for Democrats. They get a lot of law passed under the Democrats. So it's just the Democrats do stuff for every other race but black people. I don't know why we vote for them. And it is about us because these other races are getting something out of their vote for the Democrats. Black people ain't allowed to ask for nothing from the Democrats, but we're expected to vote for them.
Sell food stamps. That's all you niggas get.
And
But
they
why are
really
black
cut them.
people still asking the
They
oppressor to
cut
do
them
anything
John.
for them? Like, why don't you create your own social structure? That doesn't make any sense. How you gonna ask to keep asking the oppressor and he haven't done anything for you for centuries and you still dependent? Oh, I'm asking this person, they're not doing this for us. Create your own social fucking structure.
Yeah.
That doesn't make, like, you think I'm about to go ask my oppressor for anything? I know now not to trust a white person. So I'm damn sure I ain't about to go vote for one. They showed us over centuries how they feel about us. So why I'm gonna ask them for anything? That don't make sense. We have the power to do this. But we don't, and we still dependent on massa. That's why we still under that curse. We dependent on massa. Massa not doing this for us. Massa giving this to them. Massa approving this for them. Massa giving them rights. Massa ain't doing nothing for us. Why would massa do anything for you? Do something for yourself. That's all I'm saying. And we got the power to do this. We can create our own economical system, but we're not. Other people come to this country and do it. They got a Chinatown, a little Armenia town. They have all of this. They come to your communities and take over. But we
Every
still
place you go
complaining.
got a Chinatown.
That's all. You know what white people say about black people? Only thing they do is talk. We the only race that don't go into action. We just go around marching and talking. And that's why the bully keep whooping our ass, because they know we ain't nothing but talk. We want to march. We want to do this. Everybody else, they go up to the White House with semi-automatics. Like, man, y'all gonna do this or else. But we marching. Niggas beating us over the head with sticks. We still crying. Black Lives Matter. Man, if y'all don't get y'all stupid ass up out of here.
It says, Battle Zone says, okay, so now we talking, somebody gets it. How the hell you going to have somebody who have been doing a systematic system or put
That's what
perspective?
I'm saying. Yeah, that makes sense. We still voting master. That's what I said earlier. You voting from one oppressor to the next oppressor. That shit don't make no sense.
Yeah. And I always said,
Think about this. When white people want something, how do they go get it? Create atrocities. They shedding blood. They chopping your fucking head off. They ain't playing. They gonna get their point across. Black people, what do? Let's go march. Let's go talk. Let's go beg. You ain't gonna get nothing that way. That's all I'm saying. Every other race, they want something, they army up. We the only ones that don't do that. We keep begging massa.
Well, we're fighting for the managerial class right now, Cairo, and that's the struggle between black and white America. Like, we've been in this country so long, we're not trying to do, part of my way of saying is, the immigrant labor at this point. And some of us have actually said that in other words. And our fellow white Americans are like, they're not really open to sharing the supervisor class, the managerial class. And we've been in this country so long, we deserve access to that. Some of us have gotten access to it, but I think that's the power struggle.
Tosh, all
Like,
I'm
okay,
saying
if we don't
is,
want to do the manual labor, where do we go? And we shouldn't have to do the manual labor, to be honest with you. Like, we've
but
been
look at
here
what you're saying.
400 years.